This video is going to be me talking through the 5 things I would focus on if you are starting in the gym from scratch, talking in terms of building functional movement patterns, but also building strength, doing something that you enjoy, keeps you wanting to come back for more so that you can stay consistent as well, because we know that consistency is the thing that breeds progress. 5 movement patterns that I would make sure that everyone is doing. And again, this is regardless of level as well, because the thing that is great about the gym is that we can adapt things to any level. The first thing I would focus on is some kind of squat movement. I'm going to use the word some kind a lot in this video because everything we can adapt. If you're a complete beginner, we would start with something like bodyweight squats, like I have in this video here. And then we could, once we've worked on this for a series of weeks, work on adding some weight to it with a kettlebell in the goblet position, and then moving on to things like back squats, front squats. There's so many different variations which will then keep you interested, also able to keep progressing in this movement pattern as well. The reason why I choose a squat is because it's one of the most fundamental movement patterns. Think about it as being able to sit down and stand up, something that we all need to be able to do. Also, it's going to help us out with things like stairs, inclines, because the type of training that I like to focus on is being as strong as possible now, but also well into the future as well. The next movement I would include is a hinge. So we have our basic movement patterns, and I would include one of these in every single session, especially if you're a beginner just starting out. So we want some kind of hinging movement. We've looked at squatting, where we're thinking about sitting down and standing up. Hinging is all about being able to bend over and pick things up safely from the floor. And again, that applies really well into real life, things like being able to pick up your shopping, moving furniture, and having the confidence that you can do something like that safely. For this video, I've picked a single leg RDL, but there's so many different exercises we can do. The main thing we want to focus on is being able to hinge at the hip while keeping our back angle the same and working on the muscle groups of our hamstrings and also our glutes and lower back to strengthen that hinging movement, so that when we do go to pick something up, we know how to pick it up, and also that we can build up the strength in our hamstrings, glutes and lower backs to support us then when we are lifting. The great thing about hinging as well, it really supports movements like our squats. So the stronger you get at the hinging movements, the stronger you're going to end up squatting as well. And hinging, I know some people can be a little bit anxious of because they're worried about hurting their backs, but the stronger you make these hinging movements, the stronger your back is going to end up and the more resilient it's going to be. The main thing that you would need to do, and I would do if somebody is starting from scratch in the gym, is pick a movement that feels comfortable for them at that moment in time. If a conventional deadlift doesn't feel good for now, focus on perhaps building up some strength in your RDL first, or trying some different types of deadlifts or Romanian deadlifts. Good mornings. There's lots of different movement patterns that can be used as a hinge, and you need to find one that works for you for the moment. You can add a little bit of weight to it, and just a little bit every single week so you can keep progressing. And then from there, you may find that you will be then able to perform other types of hinging movements without any discomfort. Or also what you'll probably find, especially if you're a complete beginner, is that you are way stronger than you originally thought, and that you'll probably surprise yourself if you stay consistent with the amount of weight that you can lift in a hinge. Number 3 is some kind of push. I'm going to cheat a little bit on this one. I'm going to show you a horizontal push, but we need to have both types of pushing movement. We want something horizontal like a push-up or a dumbbell bench press, but also we want to work on pressing overhead as well, so we want to press vertically. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to show you a box push-up, which is great as our horizontal push and a really good starting point. If a push-up is something that you'd love to be able to do, but you think that probably you're never going to be able to do it, or you're just not strong enough for. But I can guarantee you that if you carry on working on something like this, you'll be able to do a push-up. If you want to make this movement even easier and scale it back more, you can do push-ups off a wall as well. So it's very versatile, and we need pushing for being able to lift things, put things overhead, carrying things round. If you can make sure you can perform these movements with control, then it's really beneficial and also helps with core as well. All of these exercises help with core, by the way, because you are using your core. By core, I mean your abs, your glutes, your hips. You're using those to stabilize your body and help you perform the movement with control. And that's the other main thing I would pick up on. If I'm starting someone from scratch, we want control. so that we can perform it as best we can to start off with. Then the movement number 4 is a pull. We have horizontal pulling, which you will see here in a barbell bent over row, but also we need to include some kind of vertical pulling. So think like lat pull down, or you can use a band around the rig, pull it down towards you. Again, we are working core to stabilize this position here, and then when we are thinking about pulling movements, we are thinking about strengthening our back muscles, which are things that are going to help again with lifting, moving in general, and also helping out with things like squats, being able to maintain your back angle when you're squatting. As you get further down into your training, you want to start looking at things like improving technique. It's going to help out with things like posture. So we want to make sure we're training all the muscle groups, which we have hit with our squat, our hinge, and push and pull in the most basic form here. And then the last piece. No, it's not an ab burning workout. It's something that you enjoy that asks for some kind of skill or coordination, maybe something that you've always wanted to be able to do. I've put in a handstand as an example. It doesn't have to be handstands. It could be something sport specific. It could be Olympic lifting. It could be jumping, skipping, bounding, just moving in different ways. It needs to be something that is going to help improve the way you move in general. I've picked handstands because it's great for our upper body strength and also our core strength, and it gives us that level of challenge where we are trying to achieve and learn something new and progress a skill rather than just training for the sake of training, which some people enjoy. But the thing that I love about including some kind of skill work, whether it be gymnastics wise or something from another sport, like working on your ability to jump and land or generate power and force, if you're doing something like Olympic lifting to help with that, is that it just improves you all round as a human being, because it improves your coordination, it improves your mobility. Because whilst your first attempt at a basic handstand drill like this may not look like this to start off with, keep with it for a number of weeks, months, years, and you'll see a huge amount of progress. You can do this by adding in things like bear crawls, different types of movement patterns. You could do box jumps or jumping up onto plates. Basically, what I'm trying to say is we need some aspect of our training that is going to help us with the way we move, our coordination, and our mind muscle connection, because that again is what is going to give us the longevity in our training, because it improves things like mobility as well as coordination and also strength. And the other thing this is great for is the mental aspect of it as well. So training is not just for the physical aspect of it, improving our strength and the way we move, but also working on something like this will really help with understanding that failure is all part of the process, helping you become more resilient both mentally and also physically as well. And for me, and pretty much everybody that I coach, this is the fun part of training and what keeps us coming back for more, because the satisfaction of being able to achieve something that you've always been wanting to do, no matter how long it takes, I'm sure my clients would agree with me. You can't beat that. To conclude, there's no 5 best exercises. There isn't. Or there's no best 5 specific movements that you need to be doing. But these are my recommendations to make sure you have the strength movements that suit you and your body right now. Having some kind of squat, a hinge, vertical and horizontal, pushing and pulling, and then something that is going to be skill-based, coordination-based, that you enjoy to keep you coming back for more. If you master these, your body will be stronger and more capable now, and if you keep it up well into the future as well, and will provide you with independence and more enjoyment from your life. What more could you want? If this is a way of training that you're interested in, whether you're a beginner or someone who's been training for a while and wants to push yourself forwards a little bit, if you'd like to learn more, you can check out my website, which I'll put below, and also my Instagram, and also I have more content here on YouTube, which you can check out as well. I'd be really grateful if you did that.